been working on getting some things ready for my next shop release. I have been very busy this morning sewing some cloth napkins. That was something that I have not sold before. I've offered tea towels before, but not cloth napkins. But I put it out on Instagram and a lot of people seemed to be interested in that. So let me show you the first batch sewn. I'm so excited about this fabric. So, yes. Have a turtle and a jackrabbit and a skunk. So these are about 14 inches square. And as you can see, I've hemmed the edges. I thought about doing like a frayed kind of edge, like a purposefully frayed edge that, you know, still had like a running stitch around it, but I tried it and I just was not pleased. So anyway, this is how they are now. I'm very happy with them. I did only order enough fabric for 6 just to start, which I know seems like a very small amount. I honestly never know how much I'm gonna sell of something, so I really like to start off with a small amount. And that's something I've been kind of doing with my shop recently anyway, is just to offer quality over quantity, and yeah, and try not to order like way more of something than I need. So that's these. Very fun. So actually, pardon my squeaky chair, but these ones have not been hemmed yet because I couldn't find a thread at the store that was the right color. So I'm gonna have to go back and see if they have some more in stock. But this is the design. Ooh, it looks really good on camera. I mean, it looks good in real life too. But so it's bunnies with like this trim. I was watching the movie Ophelia, which is like a spin-off of Shakespeare. And anyway, she wears this dress in the movie that's like turquoise and gold. And I was just really inspired by that for these. But I know how much my followers love bunnies. So, so I thought that it would be fun to make it kind of like one of those patterns that just looks traditional at first, but then like when you look up close, you see that it's bunnies. This is on a cotton sateen. So it's cotton. As you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I'm trying, sorry, it's not like autofocusing. I'm trying to do only natural fibers in my shop, so no polyester. But this is really cool because it actually has like a little bit of a sheen to it, which, yeah, I really like. So that's the other one. So I'm gonna be offering those 2 napkin designs. I was going to offer a table runner. I could still sew them, but I always have to gauge how much of something I'm going to sell and how much I actually make on it, to know if it's worth it to even offer, because sometimes I might, you know, order something, you know, order a number of them and then I only sell one. So I got this sample. I will show you, and I just want you guys to see it was bad quality. I'm not. Sometimes it really does feel like if you want to be happy with something, you have to do it yourself, unfortunately. So I ordered this table runner from Guten, which is a print-on-demand company, and I've never gotten a table runner from them before. They also do like cloth napkins and things like that. It was gonna be more economical for me to just make my cloth napkins, and I've gotta say, like, compared to the printing on this fabric, this runner is just horrible. And even though it says it's cotton, it feels very polyester-y. So this runner was meant to go with the napkins I just showed you. Maybe it won't look as bad on camera as it does in person, but I got a really long one. one of the main issues I have is that it didn't tell you what color thread they were gonna use. And sometimes when things are like sublimation printed, the ink goes over the thread. So I just didn't even think about it because the picture didn't show any kind of obvious thread on it. It has white thread, which I don't think looks very good on this, just not very like thought through. Also, like the back side is white, so where they fold it over, sometimes it's not actually having the design go all the way to the edge, but then in other places it does, and then it doesn't again. But then aside from those things, just like the print itself is very blurry. If you compare that, I don't know if you're even gonna be able to tell, but if you compare that to how crisp it is on here, it is disappointing. And I didn't think that it was going to be nearly worth what I would have to sell it for, because this table runner I think was $38 wholesale. So for me to make any kind of money on that, obviously it was going to have to be more, which would have been fine if it was like really, really nice. But I just don't feel like it's worth it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it because I actually don't have a table this long. I'll probably put it in my fabric scraps and one day come up with something to do. But anyway, there's that. And happy good things, which I also did myself, are these stationery sets. So like the first napkins that you saw, I used that same design and put it on little cards. So this green color is kind of hard to see on camera. It's really pretty. It's like kind of like a dusty spruce color, or like a really dark sage. It's not quite like an army green, it's cooler than that. It's very pretty. So yeah, and then you have the little friends with like a ribbon and roses and oak leaves and mushrooms. So blank on the inside, and then the back has my information, as well as that this can be recycled. This is 100% recycled paper for both the card and the envelope, so I'm very happy about that. And same thing for this one. This was actually just a sketch that I did, and I don't know, I really liked it when it was finished. And I asked you on Instagram what you thought, if you would like it to be on a card or as a print or something, and you said yes. So we have the little bunny couple here dancing, and she has kind of like a, I don't know, is that like 1890s dress maybe? And again, it's blank on the inside, and then it has the same thing on the back. But they're very cute, and it comes with this blush. It's like a very pale blush envelope. So yeah, and actually this one is a little bit textured. Yeah, so those are some fun things. I'm also going to be offering this as a print, and some canvas paintings and puzzles. Puzzles are coming. So actually, let me show you something. I had a customer ask for a custom artwork on a puzzle. So this person who ordered this is one of my patrons, and the artwork that she requested was something I made for my patrons. Now usually if I have extra prints left over each month, I offer those in my shop, but I don't put the Patreon artwork on any kind of product. But because she is my patron, I was willing to do this for her. So comes in a box with the art, and then like choking hazard warnings and things like that on the top of the box. And you know how much I'm trying to eliminate plastic from my everything in my shop. But these puzzles do come in a bag, which I understand. So I guess this is just gonna have to be an exception. And I do think that puzzles are going to be only offered like until Christmas, and not as like a year-round thing. So just certain times of the year. But comes in a bag in the box, and these pieces are really nice. I mean, I haven't like put together the whole puzzle or something before I send it to her, because that would just take a lot of time, and I'm fairly confident that it's gonna go together well. But I think that the print quality and everything is good. So pretty nice and thick. It doesn't feel like a, where's my light? It feels like nice quality. So I'm very happy with that. So there will be a few things offered on puzzles. Now, I kind of was going with like a theme for this next shop release, but some of the puzzles that I'll be offering are going to be some previous artworks and things that I thought that people would like or that people requested. So they'll kind of be functioning as their own thing. But anyway, this is I think this one was 1,000, yeah, 1,014 pieces, 20 by 30 inches. So I really hope that she enjoys this. I thought I would show you a little bit of what I'm doing for product photography. So this is a kind of like cape poncho thing. I've had this forever and I actually really love it. I never feel quite bold enough to wear it. I should maybe change that this year and figure out like an outfit. But anyway, I thought it would make a really nice backdrop for these cards. So I've taken some photos of them on this, and then here's the other ones. And then I've taken some of them on this. Actually, I think I only photographed this one on here because I thought it looked a little bit better. But yeah, this is a book and it just has a kind of canvasy texture. I do think it depends a little bit on what you are offering in your store. I know that for a long time it was like you should absolutely only have white backgrounds for your products, at least for like the main photo. And so I think it depends on what you're offering, and I followed that for a long time. But for the stationery and other small things, I do feel like it adds some like richness and depth, which just goes with what my brand is like these days. And yeah, I think that we're kind of moving away from minimalism in our aesthetics, or at least certain groups are. Of course, everyone has heard of cottagecore style that's going around, or if you haven't, you can look it up. There's also the whole dark academia movement. So I think that both of those reflect kind of like surrounding yourself with coziness in two different versions. But I think that it can make your products a little bit more interesting if they have some color behind them or texture. It just like makes it feel more finished. But again, it depends on what your brand is like, and it depends on what products you're offering. But I have a lot of fun doing this. Once I've like, you know, gotten all of the napkins sewn and everything, it's fun to sit down and do, you know, do some photography. So I also am going to have a woven blanket, well, 3 of them. I'm gonna put pictures up on the screen here. I don't really want to get them out of my cabinet, but they're really pretty. I'm very happy. I'm only offering 3, so you can stay tuned, join my email list. I'll put the link below for that. If you join my email newsletter, that is how I'm getting like 60% of my sales these days, because Instagram just isn't very reliable with showing people things. And I know that the people who have joined that list really want to be on it. So make sure you join that, because people really like have been snatching certain things up quickly when they become available. Oh, I will also show you, this is my Patreon print for September. It's Lucy watching TV. This is actually not how I designed her living room in my graphic novel, but I don't know, I was just kind of in the mood for this. So anyway, I've been watching Only Murders in the Building and I love it. And I remember seeing an ad for it back in like April maybe, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get Hulu because I want to watch it. And anyway, so it's Tuesday today. I get to watch another episode tonight, which is awesome. It's kind of, I always wish the episodes were longer, but it is kind of nice to have a show that comes out like once a week rather than just being able to binge watch it, because it gives you something to look forward to. And so when I was drawing this of Lucy, I was just kind of thinking about like the coziness and feeling excited and happy to sit down and, you know, watch a show that I really enjoy. So if you haven't checked it out, I think you should. It is a murder mystery, but it's actually very light. I mean, it has Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez. So it's really fun. I love the costume design. I think it's pretty funny and artistic. The intro is really cool. It's like this animated intro. It reminds me actually of the intro for the Durrells in Corfu. And I think in the UK that show is just called The Durrells, and it's a BBC, maybe like a masterpiece production. So anyway, that's on Amazon Prime. But their intros are very similar. It's kind of like this cut paper looking animation, and the music is even similar. Anyway, I always pick up on things like that whenever there's some kind of animated or drawn aspect of a show, or even just any of the visuals are something that I'm always thinking about. So anyway, let me know below if you're also watching that show. It's been really fun. Also, the British Bake Off is back on Netflix. I don't know, maybe people in the UK have already been getting to watch it. Hi, honey. So I'm really excited to show you something. We have had our Plumeria tree for I think 4 years now. We got it as a cutting from someone else, so we never saw it bloom. We don't know what kind it is or anything, but it is a Plumeria tree. And if you're not familiar with those, sometimes they're called frangipani, but they are the flowers used in Hawaiian leis. So it's very special to us because we've nurtured it for a long time, but also because we used to live in Hawaii, and it is such a scent memory. And I'm so excited because we have our first flower after 4 years. So let me show you. So for years, all of the branches have just looked like this at the end. They have small leaves coming out, and you can see the size of it here. So then 6 weeks ago, it started growing an inflow out here in between the leaves, and I couldn't believe it. I'll insert pictures. So that grew like super long, and now we have a Plumeria flower. So excited. Okay, editing Sammy, just popping in to close out this vlog, and I have exciting news. So the day after this goes up, my collection is releasing. That will be October 1st, noon Eastern Standard Time. So keep your eyes peeled. Join my email list below if you really want to get something that's like limited edition. I will be coming out with my canvas paintings at a later date. I just wanted to go ahead and make these things available for you. So yeah, happy shopping. Thanks for watching. See you next time.